Welcome everyone again to our journey through Kabbalah. We're going to learn now about one of the most powerful subjects of Kabbalah. Something that actually embodies the entire spiritual wisdom of Kabbalah. And basically, many religions, many spiritualities, many ways of scientific thought stemmed from this one subject that we're going to talk about. We know that if we just simply live life according to what we've learned growing up or basic knowledge or information that we've learned, there's different aspects of ourselves that stays limited, and it will not open our consciousness and it will not open our mind. One of the great things about what we're about to learn is we're going to learn the seed level of why everything happened. The reason why we are the way we are, the reason why we look the way we look, the reason why we think the way we think, the way we feel, why we have certain people coming into our life, why we have certain types of attractions and certain types of things that we don't like. We have to go to the very, very seed level. Because once you understand the seed level, you will understand how to transform everything that comes after that. If you really want to change the fruit of a tree, you have to go to the seed level. You can't change it at any other level or process besides the seed level. So we're going to go to the seed level of creation and why we came to this world. So scientists really can explain only so far back in terms of the birth of our world and the history of our existence. Right? It's always changing, but science somewhere has it around 15, 16 billion years ago. We had this concept of the Big Bang that created our physical world and us, souls, and humanity as we know it within that physical world. And here we are playing the game of life. But there's one question that we must ask. What happened before the Big Bang to even bring about this creation? What's the thought of creation? Why am I here? What is the point of all of this that's happening? Things seem totally random. Things seem like they're just happening with or without me, that I actually have no control. I'm this little guy in this big planet within a bigger universe, and it seems like I just need to do my best and make myself as happy as possible and those around me. When in reality, the entire existence, the entire planet, and the entire universe is within our control to be able to use it in a way that will bring me happiness and the entire world. Now we need to go to the beginning and what brought us to this point. If you go back before planet Earth, go back before our universe, our galaxies, billions of years before our Big Bang, all that there was a thought. Now, I'm going to explain something that the Kabbalists share. Of course, you may be asking, well, how does he know? Or how do you know? And you know what? We never really know. What I'm going to share with you, you have to feel in your own heart if it makes sense. And you'll see that once we share this seed level wisdom, that many things that are happening in your life will start to make total sense. And you can relate it back to this concept. So before everything, there was what's called a thought of creation. Just a thought of what this world and what our lives would be like. And in this thought were the two forces that we spoke about earlier. We have the light of the Creator, which represents all the fulfillment, abundance, energy of sharing, giving, excitement, energy, fame, fortune, everything within this light. And we had a second force, a desire to receive. Now the light of the Creator needed a second force in order to reveal its essence. If we have sunlight, huge amount of sunlight coming down to this world, and then I take a little candle and I put it in that sunlight, does that candle have any meaning? Does that light have any expression? Of course not. If I take that little candle and I put it in a very dark stadium, all of a sudden that little candle lights up the whole stadium. It has a purpose. It has an existence. It's revealed. Its essence is known. And for the light of the Creator to be revealed and its essence known, it needed an opposite force, a desire to receive it. So now you have one giving force, one sharing force called the light, which represents all the things we want in our life. And you have one receiving force, which we called all the souls of humanity. And before the physical world was created, in what's called the thought of creation, those are the only two forces that existed. The light and the vessel. The light and the desire to receive. The light and all the souls of humanity. And it says it was a perfect union. Light and vessel were as one. Plus and minus were as one. Seems perfect. Seems like you got one side that just wants to share and one side that just wants to receive. Now again, this is just a concept. What I'm sharing with you is a concept that the Kabbalists shared with us of eventually what gave birth to our world, our physical world as we know it. One giver, one receiver. Now, I want you to think about it. Have you ever been in a relationship where one person was the giver and one person was the receiver? One person was Mr. Nice Guy and the other person was just taking advantage. Think about it. Have you ever been in a relationship like that? Are you in a relationship like that? It can be between a parent and a child, where the parent just keeps giving and the child just keeps taking and the child loves it. And the parent loves it because the parent just wants to give. If you have children, what do you want for your children? All we want is the best. We want to give everything. We would give our arms, we would give our legs, we would give everything to our children. So it seems like a perfect match, one giver and one receiver. But soon, as we know in our own lives, that relationship has never worked. The son eventually resents the parents. The partner that's getting more fulfillment, more energy from the Mr. Nice Guy eventually starts to resent Mr. Nice Guy and wants to separate from him and wants to leave and wants his own or her own existence. We know that a relationship between a plus and a minus will never just work. In a light bulb, what happens when you put a plus and minus together? There's an explosion. So the first thing we need to know, that initially in the thought of creation there was one giver, the light, that created a receiver, the vessel, all of us. And we received all that light with complete acceptance. We had it all. Every kind of fulfillment you can imagine, we had. If it's pleasures from your wildest dreams, we had a soulmate, we had great food, we had great sex, we had great love, we had courage, we had feeling of security, feeling of control, we had it all. But there was a problem. What was that problem? And that's what we're about to explain now. Now, why is it a problem to be in a relationship like that? If you really think about it, one person just wants to give. The other person just wants to receive. Seems perfect to me. Seems like you got a perfect match. Two people that complete each other. But we know that never works for some reason. And here's the example. If you have a child, right? For all of you who have children, I want you to think about it. You know, let's say you have a 6-year-old girl that loves puzzles. So you decide one day to surprise her for her birthday, and you bring her a 5,000-piece puzzle for her to build. And then you think to yourself, you know what? I never want my daughter to go through pain. I never want my daughter to go through unnecessary work. I want only joy, happiness, and ease in her life. So what do? You take the entire 5,000-piece puzzle and you build it yourself. You frame it in glass, you sign it, "Happy birthday, my love," and you take it to your daughter. What is your daughter going to say? You're handing her this ready-made puzzle. What is she going to say? She's going to look at you and say, "Why are you giving me a ready-made puzzle?" Why? Because nobody likes a ready-made puzzle. Everybody wants to build it themselves. Everybody wants to earn it themselves. True happiness can only come from when we earn, from when we create, from when we make something happen and create from darkness to light, from sadness to joy, from destruction to building something. That's the one thing the Creator cannot give us. The feeling of being a creator. It's the one thing that the Creator could not give us. A feeling of the pleasure that I built it, that I earned all of this abundance. We wanted the light. We deserve the light. We will have everything. You in your life, if you feel that you will not have everything one day in your life, if you feel that you don't deserve a soulmate, if you feel that you don't deserve true love, or finally removing doubts from your mind, if you feel like those doubts will never leave you, it's nonsense. Each one of us deserves the light, and we will have the light. The only reason we don't have the light is because we haven't earned the light. In that thought of creation, we had everything, but we weren't truly fulfilled. It's like a son that inherits his father's fortune, inherits his father's business. His pleasure will never be as great as his father's pleasure, who built the company from the floor up, from the mailroom up. Just to inherit might be nice for a little bit, but it's not as pleasurable as if I built it myself. So what did we tell the Creator? What did all the souls of humanity metaphorically tell the Creator? Stop. I don't want any more light. We put up what's called a curtain. A curtain that blocked the light of the Creator from filling our essence, from filling our vessel. That moment that the curtain went up and the light was blocked is the moment of the Big Bang. That moment of pressure, pushing back the light, created an explosion that shattered all the vessels of humanity into this world. And then we began the game of life. We had an existence where we had everything. We had all the joys and pleasures in life. And we chose an existence of darkness, of lack, of void, of me having stress, of me having problems. Why? So that I can earn removing the curtain and bringing the light in. The feeling that we had, the Kabbalists gave it a name. The feeling of not earning is called bread of shame. Why? It's a whole other story. But it's a vocab word that you need to know. Bread of shame. Bread of shame is a feeling that I got something that I didn't earn. A child who gets an inheritance that he didn't earn has bread of shame. In a relationship, when you give so much and you don't give back, when you're given so much and you don't give back, you have bread of shame. Bread of shame is a nasty feeling. Bread of shame causes us to be empty, to think badly about ourselves, to judge other people, and to be resentful of everyone around us. The true source of all our unhappiness is bread of shame. And we had it in this world called the endless world, in the thought of creation. We put up the curtain and we asked for the game of life, so that now I can come to an existence where I earn the light. The Creator gave us all the light. The Creator already turned on all the light. What's the problem? The curtain is blocking the light from coming into our life. That curtain is what you're about to learn how to remove. We can be smart, we can be talented, we can figure things out in the physical world, but until we learn how to remove the spiritual curtain that exists between my soul and the light of the Creator, I will never have long-term fulfillment and true control in my life. The light, the vessel, the light gave everything to the vessel. That created a bread of shame, a feeling that I didn't earn. In order to fix that, we, the souls of humanity, put up a curtain, blocked the light from coming into my life, and we asked for a new reality by which I can be a creator. I can earn the light, and I can bring true fulfillment in my life. And we told the Creator, don't give me anything until I earn it. If I kick, if I scream, if I build a church, temple, or mosque, and I pray to you all day long, don't give me my fulfillment until I find a way to remove the curtain and earn the light. It's not enough that I just am a nice guy. It's not enough that I just give and I share with others. I need to learn the system of how to remove the curtain and bring miracles into my life. And that's what we're about to learn.